Today, I've got a spoiler-free review of the new D&D movie, Honor Among Thieves. So let's dive right in. First things first, Honor Among Thieves follows a familiar story, and it's pretty predictable with a common found family trope. But that doesn't mean it's not good. Although the story may not be groundbreaking, it is well executed with a good balance of funny and serious moments, which seems appropriate for a D&D movie. It feels almost like a table where the DM and the story are trying to be serious, but the players keep making jokes. For me, it actually had a pretty similar vibe to Thor Ragnarok when it comes to the balance of humor and serious moments, though maybe with a little bit less humor. They could actually have some serious moments without making jokes. But that's still probably the vibe that you're going to get. The different monsters and races from D&D I thought were really cool to see on the screen. I thought the characters were great. They even managed to include the paladin with the insufferable morals, which I thought was fun, and they did a good job with. And I thought they were able to do a good job keeping the movie true to the D&D rules. From the infamous owlbear wild shape in the trailer, I had some fears that I was going to be watching the movie the whole time, saying to myself, that's not how that's supposed to work. But that's not the case. I was impressed with how much they were able to stick to, again, the rules of D&D, or at least, 5th edition. They leveraged magic items a lot when they needed something to happen for story reasons, and there were quite a few magic items they created, or at least that I had never seen before and weren't familiar with. But some of them seemed like they would be super fun to include in a campaign, and I'll likely be adding them to my games. Well, some of them anyway, to my games. The magic itself was a little bit more hit or miss. Visually, looked awesome. I had no complaints there. There were certain spells I was able to immediately identify and thought were fantastic, whereas some of the other spells I wasn't able to identify. I don't know if they just made up some new spells or changed the function of them a lot. So there's that a little bit, but overall I thought they did a really great job with it. A side note, I really enjoyed watching this movie without any blatant political agendas, which just seem to be the norm in movies these days. With this, you could watch it and escape for a while and just enjoy the movie, which was a nice breath of fresh air. I really enjoyed that. More about the movie though, I did feel the dialogue could have been in certain places shortened up a little bit, and there was this really cool scene where they're going through this maze that I would have really liked to have gone on just a little bit longer. It just felt really cool watching. There were even a couple little jump scares, but overall, it was great. I really enjoyed it. I also watched it with my wife, who isn't into D&D as much, and she watched it more through the eyes of your average moviegoer, and she really liked it as well. Again, nothing groundbreaking story-wise, but it was still very enjoyable, especially if you're a D&D fan.